Legislative Bill 314, introduced by Albion Senator John Briese, aims to provide property tax relief and K-12 funding. A portion of that revenue to pay for these items would at least triple taxes per gallon of beer, wine, and alcohol manufactured in Nebraska. Flyover Brewery co-owner Joe Margheim says Briese's tax would make Nebraska's tax rate on beer jump from 20th highest in the country to the highest tax state.
It was a 345% increase. So it's going from 31 cents a gallon, which is already one of the highest in the nation, to a proposed $1.38 a gallon, which would be far and above the highest in the nation.
Phil Mitchell of Scottsbluff's Great Plains Distillery says he's already being taxed $13.50 on the federal level for every gallon of vodka and whiskey he produces. Briese's proposal would increase Nebraska's tax from $3.75 a gallon to $12.28 a gallon, a jump from 38th to 9th highest in the nation.
That doesn't even make it worth me doing this business, honestly. Not here in this state. So, for as small as I am, there's no way for me to absorb that kind of a tax and still be profitable per gallon. I might as well just keep my day job and retire. Rather than work so hard as to build something that they're just going to tax to death.
And Nebraska wineries could also take a hit. That includes Scottsbluff-based Papa Moon Vineyards and Winery.
As the bill reads now, that would increase our taxed amount by 4,000+%.
A jump from 6 cents to $2.62 per gallon produced.
It's not significant for us right now, but it would, definitely take a chunk out of it, if that bill goes through.
Massey explains why the current excise tax for farm wineries is so low.
As farm wineries have to have all of their products grown in the state, so it has to be local. We cannot import, and so, that's kind of tough. We have a lot of property taxes to pay because it takes a lot of space to grow the plants since we cannot import.
All three business owners agree that the tax increases would force them to raise prices.
I'm going to have to pass some of it on regardless, but that just, if I pass too much on, it prices me out of the market, therefore I'm not a business anymore anyways. So it could be a great big detriment to small companies like myself.
We would have to pass it along or we couldn't continue. And if we pass it along, would people continue to buy our product? We're not that far from the brewing mecca of Fort Collins. Would it just be easier for people to go there and get a similar product there for a much, much cheaper cost? I don't know.
So really it would fall on the consumer, and there's only so many people who are willing to pay $25 for a bottle of wine every other couple weeks that it starts to not make sense anymore. Yeah.
And all three companies have had plans to expand or grow their operations, but with the way this current bill reads, those plans have come to a screeching halt.
Right now, if that's the case, I'll put on, I'm putting on hold everything that I intend to do, my expansion and stuff currently now. I can't take a risk of expanding now and then being hit with that kind of thing. So I'm on hold right now. I'm just going to continue manufacturing, selling what I can, and push as much sales as I can, to prepare for this.
I just don't know. Again, being new, not getting into the distribution market yet, I don't know. I don't know if it's something we can weather.
It would definitely be tough on us. Like I said, we opened just this year. We sold out in 6 weeks. And we cannot just import and make more wine. It has to be local, and you can't store the grapes or anything. So we're kind of stuck just waiting for our other products to get ready to sell.
Now that the bill has been introduced, Massey, Margheim, and Mitchell say they're turning to Senator John Stinner to hopefully be a voice of reason to help their local businesses.
So I did let Senator Stinner know, and yeah, our Brewers Guild has some representation in the legislature that's passing our concerns along.
Yeah, I definitely am going to contact the senators, and put my vote in for them not to raise our taxes at all on this issue. I don't know what they're going to have dealt with them before on other issues, but with no resolve. But on this point, this is really important. I know this could. Some of my colleagues in this business would probably shut down also, or just move.
You know, it's already hard enough. We've been hacking at this for 7 years, and we were only able to be open for 6 weeks. So, you know, that's going to be my cry for help, and we'll see what happens.
And if these tax increases do pass, these business owners say it could result in them forcing to make some tough decisions on whether or not to stay in business.
You know, there's not that many of us, so we all start on a shoestring. You know, this is a ground floor opportunity to build a business. That's why we jumped on it. You know, I like doing it. That's my main reason. But the fact is, if we're going to be taxed to death, why should we work so hard to pay the government that can't balance its own budget?
It would definitely set us back quite a ways, and you know, we'd really have to look and see if we'd be able to continue to operate.
I mean, we don't mind paying our taxes, that's fine, but you know, again, a 345% increase in taxes overnight would be a shock to our entire industry.
In Scottsbluff, Ryan Murphy, KNEB.TV News.